Hey, good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Brothas-in-law. And on this channel, we talk about police involved incidents that occur around the country. And Mike and I give our analysis on whether the officer acted as a reasonable officer. And now we also take a look at the actions of the citizens, see if they follow our acronym of CALM, which stands for comply, answer questions, listen, and move on, whether their situation had turned out differently. And tonight's video is probably a perfect example of that. And so we'll dive into that. My name is Corey, and I'm a former Virginia State Trooper and a former, or not former, but retired Navy Chief Petty Officer, 21 years of service. And my co-host is Mr. Michael Bradley. Bradley, what up, though?
What's going on? What's going on? I'm Mike Bradley. I'm retired, 26-year police officer in Northern California. Also a prior Army veteran, 6 years. And it's good to be back. We got another show for you. Of course, we're going to talk about the Tyreek Hill stop. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sure everybody has seen it all over the internet. You know what I'm saying? And rightfully so, it's going to be all over the internet. So we're going to give our opinions on what happened on that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, like Corey said, this is a perfect example of you don't know what kind of officer you're going to get. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what kind of officer, what their demeanor is going to end up being, all that stuff. And that's what we're going to get into today.
Yeah, we'll get into all that. And before we do it, if everybody could please go ahead and hit that like, share, and subscribe button for it, because we're going to get into this. It's going to be a juicy one. You keyboard warriors out there who don't like police or whatever, that's fine. You're not hurting our feelings. My food's still gonna end up on my table, and we're gonna still eat good. So I don't really care what you have to say. We're just giving you our perspective of the situation, how we would have handled it if we were on this call for service, and we'll just look at it that way and try to give people key points to take away from it. So if you ever find yourself in a situation like that, you can handle yourself the right way by following the acronym of CALM, which stands for comply, answer questions, listen, and move on. With that being said, Mike, you ready?
Yeah, yes, get it on. I got it lined up and set it up for you. Hey, Scott. Hey, Jesus loved you. Go. I see y'all on here.
Now, keep in mind, I also put the link down below. We're going to stop this video periodically, make our comments where comments need to be made. But you feel free to check out the link down below in the description to watch the video in its entirety without any interruption. All right. I'm good.
Right.
I'm ready.
Set it up real quick. This happened, on the 8th of September. And these cops, they look like they're doing traffic enforcement on this construction zone here. And they happen to see Tyreek, who is later identified as Tyreek anyway, drive past them at a high rate of speed. At least speeding to the point where they need to be stopped. Okay, here we go. Well, let me back it up a little bit more. It was the black car that went past them. There we go. You see him turning around. You see him trying to catch up to him until he pulls him over. Here we go.
The audio will kick on here in a second.
Yeah.
And body cams had that 30-second delay, which is why you don't have the audio right away. And there's the car right there, the black sports car. And he's flagging him over, telling him to pull over.
Move forward. Yeah, we got it here. 6 o'clock. Why do you have your seatbelt on? Why do you have your seatbelt on? Like what? Why you have it up? Why you have it up? I asked them up so they should not be here. Ahorita no, we're going to talk to you. car. Get out of the car. Give me that. Get out of the car. Give me that. Break that. Get out of the car. Get out of the car right now. We're not playing this game. Get out. 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 We'll put him. How do you understand? Hey, Drew, I'm getting arrested, Drew. I'm getting arrested, Drew. I'm getting out, bro. God damn, twin. When we tell you to do something, you do it. You understand? You understand? Not what you want, but what we tell you. You're a little fucking confused.
I'm getting out, bro.
Too late. Too late.
All right, bro, take me to jail, bro. Do what you gotta do, bro.
We are. We will.
Good, bro.
It is good.
Hey.
Don't worry about it. I hung up the phone. You stop crying.
Bro,
Don't move.
Bro, you beating on my window like you crazy.
Sit him up.
Why y'all beating on my window like y'all crazy for? Damn, y'all, bro, dude, beating on my window like he crazy. I ain't do nothing, twin. Damn.
Hey, don't park there.
I'm gonna have a seat.
I'll park there.
Hey.
I'm no, you're doing it now. Go.
Hold on, twin. Hold on, bro. I just had surgery on my knee. bro. I just had surgery on my knee, bro.
I can't tell you in your ears when we come here.
Chill, bro. Hey, don't do, bro.
Back up.
Hey, call Drew. Hey, call Drew. Hey, call Drew, bro. Hey, call Drew, bro. Hey, what? Hey, call Drew, bro. Just call Drew. Hey. I ain't going nowhere.
Bro.
Hey. Y'all really just hit me, though. For what, though? Hey, they really just hit me, though. For what, though? Y'all beat on my window and stuff like that, gang. I'm chilling, though. I ain't be disrespectful to nobody, though. Like, hey, can you tell me to cut my car off, though?
Relax, man. You good.
Hey, sir, can you cut
off? Relax. Stay right there, bro.
Why y'all on 10, though, today? Hey, don't leave. Don't leave. Hey, don't leave.
Hey, your buddy's about to go to jail.
Hey, don't leave.
He's gonna park the car. You can come.
I bet.
All right.
Why they on 10 though? Why the police is on 10 today? Huh?
What are you saying, man?
Huh?
What are you talking about 10?
No, like, dude was beating on my. I said, bro, don't be beating on my window like that, bro. Like, what's going on? Huh? Y'all good today or what?
We great, bro.
Oh, good. I'm glad y'all having a great day though. I'm happy.
Right there, man. Stop moving around, bro. You good?
I ain't finna run, but you can let me go though. I just wanna look around. Hey, hold on, bro. I can look around, right? But I can look around though, right?
It's on camera that you're moving, you're tensing up, and you're moving away from that controller. Are you?
But no, I'm not. I can't run.
Okay.
I'm not gonna run, bro.
Make sure you don't run.
I promise you I ain't gonna run, bro. Shit. If I wanted to run, I would have been ran. Shit, bro done grabbed me by my neck. Shit. Hey, don't do. Hey, stay back. Don't do. Stay back. Just stay back, bro. But don't leave though. I'm talking about dude done choked me out and everything over some crack. Hey, I'm finna get that I don't even gotta be. Hey, they got me in handcuffs for what though? You was talking about some I was speeding. I was going 50 miles per hour. Hey, it's a great way to start out the 2024, right? Huh? You said what?
What's over, bro?
What you talking about?
Yeah.
Hey, Calais. No, bro. Hey, no. Oh, look. Hey, I can't even talk to Calais. What? Hey, stay right there. Hey, pull your phone out for me. Pull your phone out. gonna sit right here.
Yeah, relax, man. You good?
Bro, I'm not gonna run, bro. I promise you. I promise I ain't gonna run, bro. I'm wanted in 50 states already. Bro, so how come nobody holding him but you holding me? You see that? Look, turn around, look. Hey, bro, you grabbing my shoulder too hard, man.
Hey, fucking tell you stop moving.
Hey, no, hey.
I just told you stop moving, but you want to play victim here.
This is uncomfortable, though.
Okay?
You don't understand
I
how
told you,
uncomfortable
sit
this is.
upright. There you go. Sit upright, and that's it, right?
I'm gonna tell you like
Stop
this, bro.
moving.
I look, your job is to serve and protect, right? You're doing a horrible job of protecting right now, bro. I told you I'm not gonna run nowhere for what? What am I gonna? That's only gonna make this matters worse, right?
We have a green and white. Oh,
Damn, bro. Thank you. I appreciate that for letting me go. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. You squeezing me 2 times. I can move though.
you must get.
I can move. You don't tell me what to do. You don't tell me what to do.
No, you're gonna do something because I'm giving you a lawful command.
Well,
You're not gonna move.
you don't tell me what to do. You're not finna squeeze on me.
Okay, that's what I just told you.
Well, you squeeze me. You squeeze me how you want to. You think you can talk crazy to anybody? Have you lost your mind? Hey, don't get arrested. Don't get arrested. My knee bug. For this, boy. God,
Hey, come over here. Hey, hold this real quick. I don't know if he wants to play game, but he has a big weapon on him.
It's my tactic. I got a line. I got a tactic. Sit up. That's not for you to be. Nah, my knee hurting, bro.
That's why we told you to sit up. That's why I told you to sit up.
If I sit up, sir, my knees are big like this. I got tendonitis in my knee.
I understand you're sitting. Stretch out your leg. I have tendonitis in both my wrists. I know the game.
You ain't no athlete, though.
All right.
You ain't no athlete, though.
I think we showed enough up to this point anyway.
Yeah.
Now, here's my thing, Corey. You got 2 sides to this now, like we always do. You have if you as a citizen, this is my thoughts as a citizen. Okay. When you got pulled over, your first response was, don't bang on my window, man. Don't bang on my window. It's almost like you were saying, never mind why I got pulled over. Just don't knock on my window. Well, it's common that the officer is going to knock on your window to get you to roll your window down to talk to you, okay? Especially if your windows are black tinted like that. You know what I'm saying? It's a safety issue. We don't want you to have your window up for obvious reasons. We can't see if you in there, if somebody's in there aiming a gun at us or whatever the case may be. So we already explained that before about tinted windows. That's why they're unsafe. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to roll my window down as a citizen. You know what I'm saying? Okay, what did I get pulled over for? You got pulled over for speeding. Okay. Instead of saying, okay, sorry about that, officer, or whatever, you know, he wants to be confrontational with it. And he wants to say, that's all right, just give me my ticket. Do whatever you got to do so I can get on out of here. That's being dismissive to the officer. You know what I'm saying? Like, never mind. I don't really care why I got pulled over. Just hurry up and do what you're going to do so that I don't have to deal with you anymore. You know what I'm saying? Well, as a citizen, Corey, I'm probably not going to say that. You know what I'm saying? I probably don't want the officer to think that it doesn't matter why he pulled me over, or I'm too good to be pulled over, or I'm too rich to be pulled over. You know what I'm saying? That's how that comes across. So, you know, naturally, the only reason why I think they pulled him out of the car was because he wouldn't roll the window down. You know what I'm saying? You don't roll the window down, your windows are tinted. Keep your windows down, okay? I already explained to you why it's a safety issue, okay? Just keep your window down. He probably would have gotten pulled out of the car.
Yeah, I mean that's always the case right there. And then when you start off going south like that, and that, again, like we said at the beginning, you never know what type of officer you're going to get. And so when you start off, you know, with the bad talking and like you said, Mike, making it seem like you don't really care why you got pulled up, just do what you got to do, and I'm a roll on. And I've had that kind of confrontation before.
Sure.
And typically, I'd like, all right, you just give me what I asked for. Give me your driver's license and your registration, and I don't say nothing else here. I go back, and I was probably just gonna let you go with a warning, but since you want to come off sideways, all right, I'm gonna give you this piece of paper here for you, that you're gonna have to take care of. And so in this situation, he chose to do the latter and pop off at the mouth and give off that negative vibe already. And so, now you're gonna roll the window up. And I'm asking you, hey, just roll the window down, man, so we can have a line of sight into the vehicle, so we know, we gotta watch for the movement. I don't know if you got weapons in the car or not, like you said. And so he chose not to do that. Roll the window up. All right, roll the window down. Roll the window down. Not gonna do it. So guess what's gonna happen next, folks? You coming out the car now.
Not only not roll the window down, he said, "You can't tell me what to do."
Yeah,
Well,
you can't. And then try to put the seatbelt back on because
right.
you didn't have it on in the
Didn't
first.
have the seatbelt on. Okay,
That
so
part.
that's 2 violations right there. All right.
And Mike, I don't know about you, but I had the three time rule. I'm gonna ask you 3 times nicely. On that third time, that's a wrap. You coming out that car. It's come on, man. I'm asking you to get out of the car for a reason, because you're acting. You're not acting as a reasonable person would be, and in this case, you could probably say he's not. Now, could he just been? I don't know what he's at this point. I don't think the officer knew who he was, and so he
Yeah,
doesn't
I don't
know.
think so either. If you ain't a football fan, you ain't gonna know who he is. And as
Right.
an officer, you in a different mind frame. You ain't
Right.
really paying attention to who is who like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And who knows? They might have confrontations with people all day of not doing what they were supposed to
Right.
do.
And
this
you're
officer-
talking about you're in Miami too, and you see cars like this all the time, all day long. So it's you don't know who's in that vehicle, and just because you have a nice fancy car doesn't mean I need to let my guard down. And I may, like you said, you might not be in that right frame of mind and you're not really trying to recognize who he is yet. It probably hadn't hit him yet, but even still, like, you're coming out that car, and believe you me, I don't want to have to do that, because that's paperwork you have to do. Use of force to get you out, and that's just something the good officers out there hate doing the paperwork, because it takes up a lot of your time. And so it's just easier for you to cooperate with me. Let me get you out of the vehicle, calm things down. Let me give you these tickets, and you go on your way. But that's not what happened.
That's not what happened. Now, from an officer's point of view, you know what I'm saying? Here up to this point, here's what I was saying is, I think these officers turned this into a pissing contest, right or wrong. They turned it into a pissing contest, because it was, you gonna do what I tell you to do, or else. You know what I'm saying? They were quick to pull him out of the car, and I understand why they pulled him out of the car, because he wouldn't roll the tender window down. You know what I'm saying? The officer had short patience with him. You know what I'm saying? And he pulled him. He opened the door. He put his hands on him immediately, pulled him out of the car. He didn't even give him a chance to get out of the car on his own. He pulled him out of that car immediately and put him on the ground. Now, it's a matter of opinion as to, is that something that you should do, you could do, or was it necessary to do that? We could go all day about that, but he did that. You know what I'm saying? Did the officer feel that, okay, I'm going to show you that you're going to do what I say or else? Probably. You know what I'm saying? Looking at it, Corey, probably this officer had a short fuse, and he was probably tired of the driver not doing what he told him to do. You know what I'm saying? What you think of that?
And yes, and at the same time dealing with uh wealthy people in this type of capacity all the time and want to get snotty, like you're wasting their time and disrupting their whole day. And so and I kind of get it, because like I said, man, you come sideways at me, I'm gonna give it right back to you, because I don't get paid for your shitty attitudes either. Just like you, as a good citizen, shouldn't be subjected to the shitty attitude of a police officer, right? And so that's why I always say it's a two-way street, right? You come off, I'm always gonna be the polite and courteous type guy. Hey, good afternoon, sir, man. My name is Trooper Taylor, Virginia State Police. May I see your driver's license registration? Sure, Troop. Here you go. Well, sir, the reason why I stopped you today was for speeding 65 in a 35. Is the reason why you're traveling so fast today, sir? And right, they tell me why, right? And okay, hey, sit tight. I'll be right back with you. And it goes like that. But the moment you come sideways off at me, like, okay, well, I see we're gonna have a problem here, and I don't want no problem. But if you want one, I'm going to oblige you and help you out, that this is not how this is going to work, right? I'm not trying to be out here no longer than I have to be. And if you coming sideways at me, we're going to be out here for a while. I don't want to be out here, because the longer I'm outside that vehicle dealing with you, the greater chances that one of us getting hit or me getting hit and really end up having a bad day. So it's a two-way street, and that's why the acronym C.A.L.M is important, because that officer could be having a bad day. He could just deliver a death notification, and it's weighing heavy on him, or he administers CPR to a little kid, and the little kid died, and now and it's an emotional roller coaster in that 8 to 12 hour shift you're working, Mike. I've gone from getting drugs and guns off the streets to turning around working a single car crash. Guy has a heart attack and doing CPR on the interstate. He dies, and I have to go right around and now go deliver the death notification to his wife. So the officer is on an emotional roller coaster. He can be riding off that. Me as a citizen in the car, I don't know that, right? Just like the officer don't know me. When he comes up to me, I could have just got into a heated argument with my wife, just found out a loved one died, lost my job. A lot of emotional feelings I could be feeling right now, and I'm got behind my car, and I'm just driving, and I'm not paying attention to the speed, right? But at any point, when you get pulled over, all right, now I gotta get myself together. Okay, just breathe. I always did it. Breathe. All right, let me get myself together. I know I gotta go do this, and go handle it the right way. Right. The citizens expect us to be a certain way. They expect us to be very professional.
Yeah,
right.
That's right.
I expect the citizen to be a certain way as well. I expect them to be polite and courteous as well. And we both get to go, and that's the end objective, to move on.
Now, one would argue that the officers receive de-escalation training. You know what I'm saying?
That is true.
Oh,
I said we're able to a higher standard. I'm not disagreeing with that.
Both formally and informally, I should say. Informally meaning sometimes it's within your own demeanor, your personal demeanor, that you naturally de-escalate a situation. You know what I'm saying? Did these officers do any de-escalation tactics with him? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? But even so, he still was doing things as a citizen that I know is going to spark an officer up. No matter, you don't know what kind of officer you're going to get. We always tell you that. You know what I'm saying? So don't make that officer feel that he has to go overboard or do something that is unnecessary. Do I think these officers turned this into a pissing contest? Yeah, they didn't like his attitude. I wouldn't have either. I wouldn't like his attitude. They didn't like his attitude because he was like, how dare you pull me over? You know what I'm saying? Just do what you got to do. I don't care why you stop me. Just do what you got to do. Then when they finally got him out of the car, the second part of this is they forced him down to sit down on his butt on the curb. You know what I'm saying? As an officer, just so citizens know, the reason why we have you sit down on the curb because you're less likely to get up and run from us if you're going to do that. You know what I'm saying? That's just a safety technique. That's all that is. You know what I'm saying? However, it doesn't happen all the time. Do I think it was necessary for them to force him down on the sidewalk after he was handcuffed? Probably not. I probably wouldn't have done that. You know what I'm saying? As long as I see he wasn't going nowhere and he was, he might have been talking shit, but he was still standing there on the curbside where I put him. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing about that. Him saying, oh, I got a bad knee. Well, he played a full contact football game after this. Okay. So his knee couldn't be that messed up. Okay, right?
And on top of that, how many people give you a reason why they can't do what you're asking them to do? Oh, I can't get down. I got this wrong. I got that wrong. You know what I mean? So you, as an officer, you got to kind of take that as a grain of salt. Would I had him get down, sat down on the curb? Probably,
good comment, Zach.
Probably not. I'd have just had him, lean up against the car and call it the day.
Right.
As long as I had other officers there, you're out. I mean, and you're right. On top of that, I mean, I have your ID now, so if you want to run, I'm not getting in a foot pursuit with you. I have your address. I just go swear out warrants, and we're gonna pick you up later. That's just me. That's probably what I have that because I can probably count on one hand. Might be honest with you, how many times I had somebody on the curb.
Yeah, I mean, I have before. I've had him sit on the curb before, but it depends. It depends on the situation. It depends on what kind of vibe you were giving me. You know what I'm saying? So it really is. Is it something that's unusual? No,
not at all.
But it depends on what kind of vibe you give me. If I got you handcuffed and I sense that you ain't going nowhere or something, I might, like you said, Corey, have you lean on a bumper or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to immediately come to you and force you down on the ground like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, these officers did that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And so, yeah, I agree, though, too. Part of it could have been betterly handled differently. And then in any situation that we often see at times, Mike, can always be handled differently. This is why, we talk about these things all the time in the office or back at the headquarters. And when we go through training, we actually put some of these incidents in our scenarios for training. Because every situation is always going to be different. Mike and I think we are reasonable guys, reasonable officers in the past, and we could probably handle this situation differently, right? But it doesn't mean one's right, one's wrong. We're always going to do what policy says. Now, if you're going to make any argument with this, you have to look at what their department policy is. What is excessive use of force, right? Because what if they didn't get him out the car, Mike? He probably could still be sitting in the car today, going back and forth. Get out the car. No, get out the car. No, get out the car. No. You know what I mean? At what point, as an officer, you gotta stop that. Then back for, okay, I'm in business. You got to get out of the car because I'm in control of this stop, not you.
That's a good comment, Zach. Once, I don't know, at one point, I'm sure they figured out who he was. You know what I'm saying? There is, as for me, if I'm pulling somebody over like that, I am going to be conscious of that because I know that this could be on social media. This could be, or anything. You know what I'm saying? I could be scrutinized for every move I make against this person. So I am going to be aware of that. Doesn't mean that I'm going to change my tactics on him because he might be somebody famous or something, because that's officer safety issue. You don't want to change stuff like that because there's certain things you need to keep in practice no matter who you deal with. But yeah, I think you're right. You would keep that in mind as to how to handle a certain situation once you figure out, or if you know beforehand who that person is. You know what I'm saying?
And in this case, he didn't know, because you're right, Zach. At that one point, the other officer comes over and says, "Hey, you know who that is, right?" And he's like, "No." He said, "No, it's a Miami Dolphin football superstar or whatever." I don't think he said his name, but maybe he did. I probably missed it. Tyreek Hill. So he didn't know who it was, right? And so, but yeah, you're right. You kind of, once you do kind of figure out who you got pulled over, like I've pulled over a lot of different people. And then once you realize, you look at their IDs and everything, you kind of put two and two together. You start asking them a little more questions. You kind of, all right. But that doesn't negate the fact that I'm gonna sit here and let you take over this traffic stop,
Run all over, yeah.
right?
Yeah,
And
I
run
mean,
all.
you have to figure officers have to be authoritative. How many people you come across that say "f you" to your face? You know what I'm saying? But you have to deal with them in some kind of way. You have to make them do certain things that they are have an attitude against doing or something. You know what I'm saying? So officers have to be authoritative, and they have to be. They always have to have the upper hand to some degree because they got to do what they got to do. You know what I'm saying? But in this situation, I would have handled it differently, Corey. I think these officers could have done a better, even though he was popping off at the mouth. He was clearly one of those people that you stop to say, "I ain't got time to be stopped. I make too much money to be stopped." What I don't like is how he gets up in front of the media, okay, and acts like he's a victim. He's not a victim here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He totally ain't a victim. He created what happened here. If he would
Right.
just left his window down and what do you need from me? You know what I'm saying? It probably wouldn't have got to that far.
Yeah. Delano asked, he said, "I'm going out on a limb here and ask the obvious, but I take it there is no special protocol for celebrities now." Uh, we've had training in our area, especially we're close to DC. You'll come in contact with a lot of dignitaries. You get taught how to handle it as far as paperwork goes, but you gonna get treated the same way the everyday citizens gonna get treated. You get no special uh, treatment. Now there are those officers who would try to grease the certain hands and all right, I'll let you go with a warning or whatnot. um you know it is what it is, but there's really no policy for celebrities or any type of dignitary.
Yeah,
I wrote a state senator a speeding ticket, and she called a supervisor, which I knew she would. But here's the thing: you weren't in session, so you don't have that immunity. And so, but they tore the ticket up because she was a state senator and she was black, uh, and she got the special treatment, and they made the summons go away. But no special treatment. She had a special license plate on her vehicle. Still pulled her over. Still gave her a ticket. You know who I am? Nope, I don't know who you are. Should I? I mean, it's okay. So you're a sitting senator. So what? All these people got to obey the laws on the road too. What makes you any different? Cause you know what I mean? No. So for me, no, I didn't. I didn't play that. The everyday citizen, we got to go. You know what I mean? And write the tickets for the everyday citizen out here, you shouldn't be exempt from it. Just
Right.
because
That was our biggest fear is we didn't want it to come back and say, well, you gave this person special treatment because he is A,
Right.
B, C, and D versus a regular citizen who is not A, B, C, and D got a ticket for the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So it was, you have to judge that part of it. If I stop you for speeding, I have options to give you a ticket or give you a warning. You know what I'm saying?
Arrest.
Or you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter who you are. That's my options. So if I don't do one or the other, you know what I'm saying? I shouldn't do one or the other because you're not who you say you are. You know what I'm saying? So that was the big thing. There was no special treatment for somebody who was famous. You know what I'm saying? For instance, I remember one time I pulled over Derek Fisher's wife at the time. He was playing for the Lakers at the time. And I pulled over his wife for having tinted windows. I didn't know it was his wife, you know what I'm saying? But when I went up there to the window and she rolled the window down, she was quick to tell me that she was Derek Fisher's wife. You know what I'm saying? I still ordered a ticket for tinted windows. You know what I'm saying? Because there's nothing in the law that says because you're famous, you're allowed to have dark black tinted windows in California. You know what I'm saying? There's no law that says that. Okay. So I gave her a ticket just like anybody else. I didn't treat her any differently than anybody else. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing about that, Zach.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You know, that's the thing about that is that's what we were afraid of. We didn't want somebody to come back on us and say, well, you treated that person differently than that person. Because why? Because they're famous? You know what I'm saying?
And the thing is, Mike, if you, the officer, conduct yourself in a very professional manner, you shouldn't have to worry about that.
That's true. That's true.
If I'm handling Mr. Hill, Tyreek Hill, in a very professional manner, even if I got him out the car like that, I did not violate our policy. He wasn't listening to my commands. I can very much articulate this in a court of law and get a conviction out of it if it goes to court. I mean, I don't know if these are prepayable offenses or not, but if he end up going to court here in Virginia for this, yeah, I can articulate this in court and probably win my case off of it because I'm in accordance with our department policies and use of force. Now, a lot of people are saying this was excessive use of force. I mean,
I don't know if I'd say that. You know what I'm saying? He didn't do anything that would shock the conscience of an officer who felt you were not doing what he was telling you to do. You know what I'm saying? But I would have handled it differently. I do think these officers had what's the word I'm looking for? They had an itch on their shoulder or something to where because he responded to them the way he did, it caused them to have very little patience with him. You know what I'm saying? That went out the window. And I think they could have controlled that a lot better.
Yeah. And anytime, from what I've seen over the years now, is getting to the point that if an officer touches a citizen now, it's almost like
syndrome.
Everybody's always going to yell excessive use of force without actually knowing, is it justifiable use of force? The force, I'm going to match you, but remember though, I'm always going to be one up on you. Could they have used OC spray and got him out? I mean, no, I wouldn't have. I'd have got him out just that way. But just keep in mind, I'm not going to stand here on the side of the road and go back and forth with you all day. Something's about to give. And, it's my stop. I'm the one that's in control. I don't even like to use the word authoritarian. because that makes it seem like we're in some, you know, what's the word I'm looking for now?
No, I hear what you're saying, but
Government state where, you know what I mean? And
yeah, I
that's
understand
why
what you're saying.
that's why I like just look, just
But let's not forget, Corey, on the traffic stop, the officer is in control of you. He can
Why
tell
not?
you what to do. Okay.
Right. I think
I
we
really got it twisted by saying you can't tell me what to do. You can't do that. Yes, they can. They can tell you to roll the window down. If you don't, they can make you get out of the car. There's case law for that. Obviously, we went over that a lot of times already. You know what I'm saying? There's case law that says the officers can get you out of the car. They can handcuff you if they feel they have to. You know what I'm saying? So let's not forget for our citizens that as a citizen, when I get stopped by the police on a traffic stop like that, I am at the in a sense, I am at the mercy of that officer. You know what I'm saying? So if they tell me to get out of the car, I gotta get out of the car. You know what I'm saying? The only thing you have to do is give them permission to search your car or not under certain circumstances. There obviously other circumstances they can search your car without you giving them consent. Okay, but not here. Anyway,
now let's just say he followed the acronym CALM. He complied. He answered the question. He's applied. What if he, and then say, hey, I'm late for the game. We got, whatever meeting before we suit up and hit the field. Then I probably would have registered to the officer. Oh, you play for the Dolphins? Oh yeah, and probably would struck up conversation. Heck, he probably would have got out of it. You know what I mean? But his attitude set the tone how this traffic stop was going to go. So it's important to follow the acronym call. Hey, comply, answer questions, listen, and hey, you get to go move on. Now he still got to move on, but he got a couple of pieces of paper to go along with him in the video to go along with it. Now, what do you think about the other gentlemen that were in? I guess these were his teammates or whatever.
Well, we're gonna finish playing this video here. I think it might show some of that. Just remember, as a citizen, if you see somebody being handcuffed and put on the ground or whatever, you don't want to insert yourself in that situation. The basic officer safety stuff. We don't know who you are. We don't know what you're coming here to do. You know what I'm saying? So we have to keep you at a distance so you don't interrupt what's going on here. That was the whole thing about the two friends. They came on the scene and they immediately wanted to approach and see what was going on. I understand the urge of wanting to do that, but as an officer, you have to understand the officers don't know you. They don't know what you're there for. So they have to protect that scene of what they're doing so that they can successfully do it. Zach wants us to finish playing the video. So let's by this time, more officers show up. You know what I'm saying?
Can I stand up like him? Write him a ticket, and he's gonna go. Okay. Nah, hell no. Nah, don't order right me a ticket, sir. Cause look, that dude, hold on. Rick, you want this again? No, I'm not playing today, bro. That dude fucked my deal. Like, he really tackled me on my deal in the damn seat, man. Like, hold on, can I stand up? Can I stand up? Can I stand up, though? Can I stand up? Nah, dude tackled me on my fucking knee, bro. Like, he really hit me on my knee on the seat and shit. What happened? No, so look, he told me to pull over, right? And I pulled over. He was like, "Why's the seatbelt on?" He was like, "Sir, was I speeding?" He was like, "Nah." He was like, "Yeah, you were speeding." I'm like, "Sir, I was going 55 in a 40." Yeah. Okay, that's cool. I was like, "Okay, right there, ticket. Right there, ticket, so I can go." He was like, he started walking away. I let my window back up and I put my seatbelt on. Right.
Well, first of all, that's not true. the officer approached the driver's side window, the first thing he started saying was, "Don't knock on my window like that." You know what I'm saying? Right. It wasn't nothing about speeding or anything from him. It was, "Don't knock on my window like that." And you can't tell me what to do. And he rolled his window back up.
So he was like, "Oh, put your window." I said, "I'm not gonna put my window down, bro. I'm not, bro. I'm gonna call Drew." So I called Drew. You know Drew.
He said, "I'm not fit to put my window down." Well, that's an officer safety issue, folks. Okay. If you don't put your window down, okay, then I'm gonna take you out of the car. You know what I'm saying? You need to exit the car if you're not gonna put your tinted black windows down.
So I called Drew to make sure everything was straight. He started getting hostile. He's like, "Get out the car, get out the car." I said, "Bro, for what? Let me call Drew first. Give me 1 second, sir." I never once got out of control of them, but then they pulled me out the car, slammed me on my knee. He fucked my knee up again, dog. I got tendonitis again, bro. Like my whole knee fucked up because of this. So really, bro. Hey, can you take these off me though, please? Hey, you should have been here. You should have been here. Hey, I'm not playing today. All because of y'all. But I appreciate the check y'all gave me, though. I appreciate the check you gave me. Appreciate it. Doesn't seem like you need it, man. You gotta be clear. I don't give a damn about none of that, bro. Hey, stay right there. Pull your camera out. Pull your camera out. Thank you, guys. They're arrested. Hey, thank you. They slammed me on the ground, bro. Keep going. Nah. That's crazy, bro. I'm talking about, bro. No shit like that, bro. That's real embarrassing of y'all, bro. For dude to slam me on my knee like that. Like, he a whole, like... Wanna hear me out? Huh? Wanna hear me out? What? You're driving reckless behind the turnpike. That's the reason. They call about your vehicle. Saying you were driving reckless. But they don't still give you no reason to pull me, snatch me out of my car, do it? Dude, do that. She admitted everything 5-5. You're evil. Huh? Do that give you a reason? Do that give you a reason to snatch you out? Do that give you a reason to snatch me out of my car? Do that give you a reason?
Well, objectively, that gives you a reason to pull him out of the car because he wouldn't roll the window down. So that's a safety issue. So it's reasonable for an officer to want you to get out of the car for that reason.
Snatch me out my car. Favor, wait over there, man. Did I give you a reason to snatch me out my car? Do me a favor, wait. Did I give you a reason to snatch me out my car? And look, you got proof of that, sir? Over there. You can film all you want from over there. You got 25 feet from us. Hey, let's go. Move. Like stay wrong. Move. I'm driving reckless. Look at this here. Hey. Listen, I tell you what. Hey, that's the tough down right now. Hey, that's the tough down right now. Appreciate it. Hey, relax. Hey, you don't tell me to relax, man. You don't tell me to relax, man.
You don't tell me to relax, man.
You don't tell me to relax.
Big muscular man says that. Look at the skinny guy.
I'm a big muscular man. How about you show how muscular you are, Mr. Gump? I thought I'm driving reckless, bro. Dude done slammed me on my knee. I don't get it. Like, let me slam him on his knee like that. I bet his ass be complaining. Right there, ticket for catching me speeding right there. Right there. That way he caught me speeding right there, bro.
Yeah, I think what they're waiting for is the supervisors walking around asking everybody questions. I think that's what they're waiting on because they want the supervisor to make the decision whether or not to arrest him, book him for disorderly conduct or something like that, or give him a ticket and release him. You know what I'm saying? So I think I'm speculating here, but I think that's what they're waiting on.
55 mile per hour. Right there, ticket right there. Right over there. Mr. Tough Guy right there. Hey, Mr. Tough Guy, what's your name? Hey, Mr. Tough Guy, what's your name? Goddamn. You got down close off to you, man. Oh, well. I know, thank you.
Speed up a little bit with a lot of him sitting there talking. A lot of cops respond to the scene now, probably because they realize who he is now. My guess is that's the lieutenant right here. You know what I'm saying? A lot of standing around here. Speed up a little bit.
I'm going home, bro.
Come over here, don't fall off the circle.
No, bro. Then this dude here was like, man, I'm already rich. I don't need this. Come on, bro.
Open your legs.
Like, you see what he said? Open your legs.
Just let them look forward a little.
Just go with the rhythm. Just go with it. Okay, go with it. You right. Appreciate it. Hey, thank you. Hold on, man. Appreciate it, bro.
Hold on.
Thank you. Okay. Nah, I'm not, bro. I'm finna go home, bro. These cops.
Yeah, that's captains right here. You know, so they definitely know who he is by now. Not that shit matters, but there are certain things that's been called big wigs out.
I think the guy in the white shirt is his agent. It's that money, Zach. I think we good. So to answer Zach's question, Mike, I think at this point, the reason why you had so many officers show up at this point, Zach, is because now they all find out, hey, that's Tyreek Hill, and everybody, hey, police are normal, everyday people too. We get googly eyed when we see celebrities too. And so a lot of them probably just came up, to see what's going on, frankly, to be nosy, and try to get a picture of Tyreek Hill. But initially, now it on a traffic stop like this, if it's just an everyday citizen, depending on the circumstance, if you go hands on, yeah, you probably get everybody showing up that's on your ship, but then eventually everybody will roll out once the scene is made safe and everything's under control. But
I mean,
typically, no, you won't have looks like about a dozen or so officers out there.
Yeah, I mean, it started off with just two officers, two traffic officers probably. Then two turned into four. Okay.
Yeah.
Then
so on.
Turned into whoever. Yeah, captain out there. You probably had a lieutenant out there. Okay. Those are big wigs where they realize the scale of this scenario, of this situation, and they want to be They have eyes on and see firsthand what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So that's not common for all of them to show up like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Then you throw, like, say, you throw in that, it's a celebrity on top of that, Yeah. So, yeah, Jack, they probably all were working again close by or whatever. And, let's go see if we can get a picture of Tyreek and dip on up. Now, my question is, Mike, now, how do you feel about the department suspending this officer?
Well, I don't know what Department of Policies they have, whether it was violated or not. So I'm gonna leave that decision. Obviously that's for.
Well, I mean, do you think it was a little knee jerk reaction? Because based on what our policy is, that okay, then why didn't you get out of the car? Is what one of our supervisors would say. Why didn't you get out of the car? When you use the tactics you were taught, and so it's not like you came off the roof of the car and jumped on them and tackled them, right? You used the arm bar, you got his arms down, you got him down to the ground, you got him handcuffed. And that, okay.
Like I say, we don't know if that what they're trying to say. Maybe that's their protocol that they take you off. Well, we know that that's protocol usually when officers are involved in physical altercations like this. They probably put you on administrative leave, you know what I'm saying, or at least take you off the assignment that you were on at that time. You know what I'm saying? So that's not uncommon. But as far as any discipline goes, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That depends on whether or not he violated any department policies. You know what I'm saying? Based on this right now, the only thing I might be able to say is maybe they have some in their policy that says something about de-escalation. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they might be able to say you didn't try to de-escalate the situation, or maybe it was something that they want to send them to training more. The officer talking about, maybe they want to send the officers to training more as far as de-escalation techniques go. I don't know. We're speculating now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be some type of repercussion out of this to kind of save face with the team and with the public. That corrective measures have been taken. Oh yeah, definitely cover your own behind for sure, Zach. So something probably had to be done. But again, the importance of calm, right? We talk about the actions of the officer. Are they what a reasonable officer would have done? As long as it was in department policy, I think it was all right. If it violated their department policy, then it's something that they'll need to look at. And then, hey, the suspension that the officer received will be justified. And so, the actions of the citizen, following the acronym of CALM, comply, answer questions, listen, and move on. If he had followed it, would his situation probably turned out differently? It probably would have, because it gave the officer the opportunity to know who he really was. And then if he is a Dolphin fan, hey, he probably would have got off with just a warning. But we don't know that.
Corey, it's funny because in a sense, you could say the citizen can de-escalate a situation also. You know what I'm saying? Had he not had the attitude like, what you pulling me over for? I'm too good to be pulled over. Don't be touching my vehicle. You can't tell me what to do. If he didn't have that attitude like that, the things would have probably gone a lot different. You know what I'm saying?
But like you said, they don't know about de-escalating. They're the citizen. They don't have to de-escalate.
True, but remember what I said. Naturally, some people will just de-escalate the situation naturally because that's
right. But then that goes back to the common courtesy and common respect for one, the rule of law, one, who you are as a person, and like we always say in all our videos, it's a two-way street. You know what I mean? If you're using the acronym CALM and you're complying and answering all the questions that I'm asking you, it's kind of hard for me as the officer to go, a reasonable officer and a respectable officer. It's going to make it hard for that officer to do anything out of line to you because you're doing everything I'm asking of you.
Right.
So it's definitely a two-way street.
Right. Then you take the wind out of my sails if I'm up here. You know what I'm saying? It brings me back down too. You know what I'm saying? As an officer, you know, oh, this is a polite guy. You know what I'm saying? He doing everything I'm asking him to do. So as a citizen, Corey, do I think Tyreek Hill could have handled this better as a citizen? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
As an officer, Corey, do I think the officer could have handled it a lot differently?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think so. I think the officer got a power or had a moment of short patience, short fuse, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? And I think he acted, in my opinion, more aggressively than I would have handled that situation. What you say?
Well, yeah, it's definitely always could be handled differently. You know, could he have toned down his aggression a little bit? Yeah, but did he? You know, it's one thing to be, like you said, it was a pissing contest. Oh yeah, you want to be big and bad? Well, I'm gonna be big and bad, bigger than you're big and bad, right? And instead of, you know, having a cooler head and like, hey, you know, there's a way of doing it tactfully, like we teach in the military. Do things in a tactful manner, and utilizing that verbal judo, and saying the things or asking him certain questions, getting him to do things you need him to do without having to escalate the situation. And yeah, you know, but again, it goes back to, you know, we're all human. We're all flawed, right? We're not perfect. And so, yeah,
you don't know what kind of officer you're going to get.
You don't know what kind of, and yeah, this officer allowed Tyreek to get the best of him, right? Yeah. He allowed Tyreek to take it to another level that it didn't need to go to.
I agree.
All right? Now, I didn't get to the point where I don't think it was excessive use of force. But it didn't get to the point where, you know, he got tased, he got beat with the ass, or he got OC spray.
That's true. That's true.
So I don't think he escalated to that level. And you know, just the talking, right? You know, stop your crying, and you know, I bet you this next time, you know. I get it. You get it. Your adrenaline is going, your emotions get going, and you sometimes you're going to say things that you'll later regret. But at the end of the day, I think, yeah, both sides could have been handled differently.
Yeah, I agree. Both sides could have been handled differently. But for our citizens, don't do what Tyreek Hill did in this situation. You know what I'm saying? You do have direct response in what happens on the traffic stop. You know what I'm saying? These officers didn't go further than they did because Tyreek didn't do anything to make them go further than they did.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I will say that. You know what I'm saying? Right. He didn't get hit with a baton or, like you say, Corey, pepper sprayed or anything like that because Tyreek didn't do anything more than what he had already done. You know what I'm saying?
He already done.
Right. Correct. So, you know, just keep that in mind. You don't know what kind of officer you're gonna get. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we officers are trained in de-escalation techniques and stuff like that. Some officers are better at it than other officers. You know what I'm saying? And some officers might have a short fuse that day. Not right or wrong, it could be. So as a citizen, you know, just comply, answer questions, listen, move on.
Yeah, move on. So, all right, everybody, we're going to wrap this one up. We hope you enjoyed it. It's a great conversation. As always, please go ahead and hit that like, share, and subscribe button. We'll be back next week with another video. Lord willing. And we thank everybody that is watching us over on Facebook. If you're watching over on Facebook, please go ahead and hit that thumbs up over there and the hearts over there for us. And yeah, share this out far and wide. It's good to be back on here again. And leave Mike with the final words.
Peace out, everybody. Have a good weekend. Thanks for joining us. That's our thoughts on the Tyreek Hill deal. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
That's it.
Leave us comments down below if you like the content. We'll see y'all next week. God bless you. We love you. And peace out.